Hello, welcome to Mind Your Business. I'm Stephen Meadows. In today's Hidden Gem, I want to talk a little bit about thinking critically. No, I don't mean thinking critically about other people. I mean thinking critically about the decisions that you make. Mostly I'm going to talk about business, but this also applies to life. With social media, I really feel like critical thinking has taken a major hit. I've always prided myself on trying to ask questions, learn more information, find the facts. It's something that my parents taught me. Growing up, it was okay to ask questions. I didn't incessantly ask questions. I didn't want to know why about everything. But if something didn't make sense, I never felt like it was out of bounds to at least ask for more information. I didn't always get the answer I wanted, and my parents didn't always give me all the information because I was a kid. But as I grew, I began to really cherish the ability to gain new perspective and to gain more knowledge by simply asking questions. And with social media, I feel like a lot of information is spoon-fed to us, and so we just take everything at face value, and you really shouldn't. I mean, just look at news channels. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get into anything, but the perspectives vary wildly, and they can't all be right. So our job is to ask questions and not make assumptions. In business, this can cost you money if you don't do this. So in the past few months, I have probably vetted over probably close to 20 different lead gen and marketing companies for our company, Coldwell Banker Premier, looking for different ways to create new business sources for our agents. And a lot of claims get made. And, this isn't my first rodeo, as we say down south, or this ain't my first rodeo. I've been around the block a few times with this kind of stuff, so I'm not gonna just believe everything you tell me. And I had one company, try to tout a capture rate of just ridiculous proportions, and it just didn't ring true. And once I really drilled down, I found that it was like, if Venus is in Aquarius and if the moon is in retrograde or something, it was something ridiculous. It was just the chances of actually hitting those metrics were nearly impossible. And so I encourage my agents. I just recently did a class about business planning. We were talking about numbers, and I encourage my agents, don't listen to these salespeople and take everything they say at face value. If they tell you, you'll convert, 10% of all the leads we send you, look at your own personal lead conversion. Is that anywhere near reality? If you're converting at more like 2 or 3%, what makes you think this one magic lead source is going to all of a sudden convert at 10%? What's different about it? I'm not saying it can't happen. That's where critical thinking comes in. Oh, okay. I usually convert at 2%. You're telling me 10%. What does your program do to make that happen? What service do you offer me? What benefit do I gain from using your product? What is giving me that special edge that is going to, 5x my conversion rate? I think you'll find most of them will crumple like a house of cards. I had one company that couldn't even tell me their conversion rate because he didn't know what I was talking about. So just ask questions. I had a company tell me, we'll send you 14 leads a day. Oh, okay, well, to me, and this is going to get into a little bit of the weeds, I guess, on lead gen. To me, that's top of the funnel. That's so think of lead gen as a funnel. The bottom is closing, the top is where everybody comes in. So the top of the funnel is the very basic, like, I'm thinking about maybe possibly one day exploring the likelihood of possibly buying a widget or a house or whatever. And then the bottom of the funnel is, here's my money, please give me the widget. So, okay, top of the funnel, that's a lot of top of the funnel leads. What's your conversion rate? What do you mean? Like how many of those should I anticipate are going to turn into closings? Oh, I don't have that information. You're a lead generation company and you don't have lead conversion capture rates? Like, I'm really confused here. I literally had to walk the guy through, okay, so tell me how many leads you're going to generate. How many are going to be referred to an agent? How many of those turn into bona fide clients? How many of those actually close? Okay, that's your conversion rate. And it's 2%. That's a reasonable amount. I'm willing to listen. But I had to school him. Ask questions. It's okay. Ask questions of your physicians. You know, I've dealt with some medical issues with my family, you know, over the years. And one of the biggest frustrations is when people don't ask questions. Don't just accept what the doctor says. You're allowed to ask questions. I'm not saying challenge people necessarily, but it's okay to say that, what do you mean by that? Tell me what that means to me. How does this affect A? What happens if B happens? Ask those questions. Be inquisitive. I guarantee you, if you ask more questions, you'll feel better about the decisions you make. And one of the big questions, I'm just going to leave it here. One of the big questions I really encourage everyone to ask is, does this seem likely? If something sounds so outlandish or too good to be true, if someone gives you a piece of knowledge or a news headline or whatever that absolutely perfectly lines up with everything that you've assumed is true, I would assume it's probably not true, or at least partially not true. So don't accept things as face value. Don't just look for the good and throw out the bad. Make sure you're looking for everything, because I guarantee you, if you sift through it, you're probably only going to find one or two good nuggets. If salespeople call you, challenge them. Ask them questions. A truly good product, a true salesperson will be able to defend their position, and they'll be able to give you the information that you need to make a good decision for your business. So if they start getting agitated and they start getting defensive, it's probably because their product does not stand up to scrutiny. Run the other way. That's all I'm going to talk about for right now. I could go on with this topic for a very long time, as you can see. I hope you have a wonderful day and make amazing choices, especially if a salesperson calls.